Patrick's Garage.
Hi guys, originally this Electrolux motor was intended not only for blowing air into the car interior, for the windshield, and for the legs of passengers, but also for blowing air to the rear window. Yeah.
Here you see scheme how air goes to the rear window.
In 60s, rear window was heated by their air, which blows by this powerful electric motor.
Here is original motor with number.
And of course you know that in 70s they decided to do electric heating system especially for the rear window with these thin threads which goes in parallel. But this electric motor was exactly the same as it was in 60s. And this is so powerful electric motor that switch, pull-push type switch, in the dashboard for this electric motor, 2 speeds on this switch. And unfortunately, this switch suffer from this powerful electric motor because this switch working without any relays, but this is motor too powerful. And I don't know why they decided to avoid.
In picture you see ways where air goes.
Why they decided to avoid these air gates which goes on the bottom, on the floor of the car to the rear window.
Here in picture 140 series from 60s.
And they consume too much electricity. Rear window heater. When we can use only one this powerful motor for circulating air inside the car interior for ventilation for the heating car interior. Why they do that, I don't know.
And here you see how looks like this rear window heater. We can use it when the rear window coated with ice, and it's only one unit, low and high level, from one side plus from switch and from another to ground. So what switch we have to regulate it? Now defrost only for the front window, but in my old car defrost also means the rear window defrost. And as I mentioned before, the motor very powerful, so contacts in the switch can be burned without relay. So what means this toggle switch? Really strange why they here. This toggle switch was only on later models. Here should be only pull-push type switches, or just buttons like here. This is additional switch maybe was installed for preheating gas system. So let's open and see what inside. Let's check our fuses. We open these locks with carefulness. A retaining plug, you never find them on sale now, so never lost them. And we are open another one, so put them into the visible place, maybe on the dashboard, and we easily get access to our fuses. And by the way, we check condition of our wires. No, in 60s here was just a small door, a small cover. And you see that this plastic was intended for this lead console with these switches. Now these toggle switches means nothing, but we don't want to remove them. We close the hole. Conforms to what I mentioned before. But here, what we're interested in. Let's look more closely at this switch. And here only two positions, on and off. A small bulb inside. A small bulb inside alarming us when we switched it on. It works, of course, when ignition on, when alternator working, and electrical power enough. So we don't want to drain out our battery. Let's look to the scheme, how it works. So first we see our rear heater, and we see it will be path in which we go. Here you see letter Y means color of wire, yellow, thick enough wire, diameter of thickness, and we see number 58. This is our rear window heater, and it connects with our switch number 59. So we go by our wire where it goes to the fuses box, of course. We trace our wire from the switch to the box of our fuses. Yes, we are reluctant to deal with electronic. Maybe it's boring, while it works perfectly. But in winter I was really confused with these toggle switch, additional toggle switches. So I want to check these wires which goes to the rear window heater. And here our fuse in absolutely middle, 16 amps, you see. And preliminary it goes through relay. This electric power goes directly from the battery, and relay activates from the ignition switch. Do not damage contacts into the ignition switch, and through this fuse, thick narrow, because it's 60 amps, feeds this switch, feeds our electric power heater. So here you see our fuses. Here only 9 fuses, and our in the middle, number 5. Yes, here is our fuse. Melted type of fuses here using Bosch manufacturer, by the way. And if we want, just for peace of mind, we're counting them from the front, but we see here wire brown color, which goes to the fuse, and from fuse wires white blue color goes from the fuse. One of them goes to the cigarette lighter, which I added recently for charging cell phone. Looks not so perfect, but they works normally, and I decided to leave it as is. So we leave them alone for the time being. If you want to check them, simple multimeter will be enough, and you didn't need a super fancy one, I think. Now we are not going to using multimeter for checking them, just tracing all their way. But not only rear window heater feeds through these fuse and through these relay, also any consumers feeds from this relay. So we see If our horn works, that means that relay is working good. But now I don't want using horn, but just realize if horn works, that means relay in working condition. And now let's close our console. So we put our plastic clips into its place. This is securing screws, which we using, tightening them snug enough so they'll never lose out. And this is a really rarity screw, plastic screws. You can't find them on sale. So we're lucky enough if we have them. They're very convenient. We tighten them at one moment. I like these plastic details, but in 60s it was without it. And they added these later, in 70s, in early 70s. And here they put alarm signal and our heater knob for switch on heater off rear window. And you know, door upholstery bends from water. And this happens just because humidity is trapped in that door. In all doors, to be exact. And water penetrates through their rubber window scrubber, I think. And you see upholstery a lot suffer because the wood inside, cardboard, if we say correctly, cardboard inside. And I think maybe will be better to use something like plastic inside. Maybe if I can find plastic with appropriate thickness and size, I can use it for the door upholstery. And more than this, they stink. Yes, this odor. Too bad smell goes from the door when it wetted. A lot of humidity inside, you know, and maybe will be better just to remove them for first time, because when it rains, water goes through the door, so a lot of water soak up our upholstery. So here is what we got to know if we can catch bad smell and this condition of upholstery. It soak up water very easily. Yes, probably will be better to use plastic here. By the way, rubber carpets more better than textile carpets. Now guys, thanks for watching, till next time.